Welcome back to another Rich exclusive. I want y'all to make sure you hit that subscribe, ring that bell, and hit that like button. Also, can you please make a U-turn? Bust a U-turn and make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we're going to be uploading reactions. We're uploading everything that we can, everything we love about the world, and when it comes to money and finances. Y'all know, it's Rich Uncle Mike. We have to come with the exclusive content. Right now, we're talking about Target and how they dropped the DEI and the outcome of everything. So let's get into it. Let's see the story, y'all.
Target is taking a financial hit after dropping its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. The retail giant has reportedly lost more than $12.4 billion in revenue.
Ooh. This comes as calls for boycotts against the retailer continue.
12.4 billion? 12.4 billion. Y'all don't understand how much that is, man. Some of y'all do, but listen, that is a big loss, you know. Let's keep going, y'all.
Atlanta-based Reverend Jamal Bryant launched a national 40-day Target fast back on March 5th. And joining us now to discuss is Associate Professor of Management at Oakland University, Professor Michael Greiner. Thank you so much for being here.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
So will this type of financial loss impact Target's decisions moving forward, do you think, on this policy?
I think it will. You know, you have to remember that a lot of these companies operate on very thin financial margins. So the fact that they're seeing this decline could actually impact their profits and ultimately impact them on Wall Street.
The DEI policy and backlash and new tariffs could hurt retailers' bottom line.
Do y'all hear what he just said? If you got stock in Target, I don't know if Target has a stock, I haven't looked it up, but if you do have stock in Target, sell it, because that hit with the tariff will make the stock drop. So any company that drops the DEI and they're loud about it, and with the tariff that's going on, chances are the stock will go under. So y'all just pay attention to what's going on. You know, I'm just trying to give y'all some good details on this story. Let's keep it going.
How could that impact local jobs at stores?
It definitely could impact jobs, because ultimately this all flows down. You know, if Target's not making money, they're going to turn around and ultimately cut jobs to bring themselves back into the black.
And we're seeing, you know, just so much public scrutiny, so much backlash, and we saw this 40-day fast, essentially calling on people to not shop there for 40 days.
Another 40 gonna hurt.
Does this type of public scrutiny pressure Target and other companies like it to make change?
I think it does. You know.
Yeah, I know that 40 days, 40 nights came from the Bible, meaning God made it rain for 40 days and 40 nights till he flooded the whole earth to make it start over. So imagine giving Target another 40 days. Let's see, y'all. It's deep.
We've actually seen where Target has backed off in response to people's reaction to certain of their activities. But the biggest problem that Target has right now is that they've built up this image for themselves as being very socially responsible and being responsive to DEI concerns. And for them to kind of turn their back on it, what it's done is it's alienated a big part of the group of people who typically would be shopping there.
Some people may be wondering, okay, well, is this the time of the year when things just slow down a bit? We've had the holiday hump, you have people spending the gift cards, you know, the cash is burning a hole in their pocket. But this is comparing foot traffic to this same time last year. Also, though, if you remember, Target was a store that someone called for a boycott on previously for their pride displays.
Yes.
So they've kind of gotten this in both directions. What do you make just in general of this boycott culture and how quick we are as a society to say, stop shopping there for this reason, for this amount of days, and scolding and judging people who continue that?
Yeah, I've actually done some research on this, and one of the things that I think we see most frequently is businesses really want to avoid politics more than anything. They don't want to get involved in it. And this is the problem that Target has gotten themselves into, which is that they have taken these positions that end up being political, and sometimes when they conflict with.
So you see, when they say don't talk about politics because people get into their feelings, when it comes to business, you really shouldn't talk about politics, because you have your whole customer base that can turn on you. So just some insight.
Their socially responsible image, then it's become a real problem for them.
And you know, we've seen a lot of backstepping from DEI policies, and Target being a private company, but we've seen this from universities. For instance, University of Michigan just announced that they're closing their DEI office. So you know, Target being a private company, they can make those decisions. Are they getting
they
political
private,
pressure to do this?
Oh, they definitely are. And I think that the political environment we're in right now, we're seeing all kinds of pressure that these companies and universities and other institutions are dealing with in terms of backing away from DEI. You know, it's kind of become a bit of a dirty word in our culture right now. And this pressure has made it so that these companies are really trying to avoid scrutiny.
Costco's shareholders voted against scaling back DEI measures. So they were.
I don't think DEI is a dirty word, but just saying it's a dirty word, I guess it's like they're trying to promote that. So you might catch other newscasts saying that it's a dirty word. It might be if you look deep into it and see what it's about, because I heard different things about it. But, you know, people can make anything dirty just by saying it. So I just don't like how they're trying to tear it down right now because they want to get rid of it. That's my opinion on it.
Were in the headlines not too long ago for doing the opposite of what we're seeing a lot of stores and businesses do. Do you think it's a coincidence that they've had an increase in foot traffic, or are these decisions that influential? Like, what is your outlook on, you can maybe chalk it up to that, or you can definitively chalk it up to that?
Well, I think that this is a great example of what we were talking about earlier, which is that it depends upon the brand image already. Because Costco, like Target, has this image of being socially responsible and being good to its employees. And so the fact that they have taken a position that's consistent with that has been something that's helped them. Whereas the fact that Target then backed away from something that's consistent with their image is the thing that's really been hurting them.
And Target in 2025 made a big commitment to invest $2 billion into Black-owned businesses. What happened with that? Did we see them walk back on that as well?
Well, you know, I don't know exactly where that's at. You know, unfortunately, a lot of these things, especially with private companies, you're dealing with
$12 billion.
details in accounting that necessarily aren't shared with everybody. But one thing that we have seen with this boycott is that a lot of Black-owned businesses have decided that they're not going to be doing business with Target anymore, which in and of itself is going to hurt them as well.
Absolutely.
What is your just quick final thoughts on if this is something we should continue in the future, this trajectory we're on of cancel culture and especially doing so with your wallet?
Well, you know, I think that people have been looking for a way to make their feelings known, and this is one way that you can make it known.
Hit them where it hurt. That's the pockets.
Professor Michael Greiner with Oakland University, thank you so much for being here tonight to share your insight.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Fascinating topic. Thanks so much.
All right, that's the end. Yes, Target lost $12.4 billion. Big loss. But I will always tell y'all, if you are a business, stay out of politics because that can hurt your company a lot and you wouldn't even know. It could be one law that you may accept for your business that can change the whole image of your company, right? And besides that, like I said at the beginning, make sure y'all hit that subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about the video. Put some in the comments and let me know what y'all think about the reactions. It's Rich Uncle Mike with the Rich News. Y'all make sure y'all keep bringing that good energy over here, man. Until next time, peace.